Here's the truth. Most singers never unlock their full voice. Why? Because no one tells them these 3 secrets. Stick with me. Once you learn them, you are never going to sing the same way again. It took me over 15 years to find these secrets, and I wish I knew them sooner. So now I'm sharing them with you today so you don't have to waste so much time. Secret number 1, your brain cares more about survival than singing. Now, this might sound a little bit dramatic, but it's super important. Your brain's primary function is to keep you safe. If it perceives any kind of danger, it will shut down your vocal freedom. It's like your body's alarm system going off. Think about it. If you are holding some tension in your jaw or some imbalances on your posture or some tension in your tongue, as far as your brain is concerned, you might be in danger. And if you are in danger, the last thing you want to do is to be singing with freedom. Your voice is going to be shut. If you think about it, it makes sense because your vocal cords are also an inhalation valve. So it's the last step before things can enter your lungs. It does act as a protection mechanism. When you are in danger, all your protection mechanisms go off and the vocal cords don't want to be used for singing. They want to be used to keep you safe and away from danger. Singing becomes much harder, and it's not because you don't have a gift. It's because you have a very sophisticated system that just wants to keep you safe. Have you ever felt like your voice kind of disappears when you are nervous? Or that maybe you can sing something at home, but then you try to sing it for someone else and it just doesn't sound as good? Let me know if it sounds familiar to you. So, how do we work with this? Well, it's all about creating a sense of safety and connection in your body. There are many ways to work with this, but the most simple ways I can tell you is, first one, to take a look at your breathing. Your breathing is kind of a connection between your mind and your body, and it kind of signals what emotion you are going through. So when you are nervous, for example, your breathing is going to become more shallow and you might tend to lock it. You're breathing locked and then sing, or you might hold your breath and breathe a tiny little bit right before you sing. When you do any of those things, your brain thinks you're in danger because you are locking your breathing. So a very simple way to signal safety is to allow your breath to flow and to bring it to a functional place for breathing. So normally we kind of breathe quite shallowly with this part of our body, these kind of things. So if you can train your body to breathe more in the lower ribs and in the upper ribs as well, but not so much in the shoulders, then you are going to be much more likely to sing from a sense of safety. The other way is to bring your awareness to your body. Usually when we feel unsafe, we are disconnected from our body. We sort of start moving like this and our head becomes one thing and the body another thing. So if you can just come back to your feet, feel your feet, push the ground with your feet, you're going to feel more grounded and you're going to feel more safe. And another way to do this is to get in contact with your pelvis, magic part of your body. And I'm not going to go too deep into that right now, but I have a full video about it there that you can check. Secret number 2, you are probably using way more muscles than you need. Many singers, especially adults who are trying to learn or relearn how to sing, tend to use way more muscles than is necessary. This is often because we haven't learned to sing in a functional way. That means that we learn to sing by putting our body into functions that have nothing to do with singing. For example, we put our body into the function of pushing things away from you, and that's when you start straining and you are using tons of muscles that have nothing to do with singing. The goal in learning to sing is to learn to sing with efficiency, meaning you only use the muscles that you need and nothing else. You contract the muscles that need to contract and you give way with the muscles that need to give way. Singing should never hurt and singing should never feel like work. It should feel free. So a very practical example of this that most singers, if not all new singers do, is they try to sing by pushing the belly in, contracting these abdominals here. So they breathe in, usually quite shallow, and they push it in to sing. See how much work I have to do even to speak? Super bad for the voice. It makes all your neck muscles react and a lot of muscles that have nothing to do with singing to contract instead of giving way, which is what they have to do for singing. The good news is that by finding the right connections, such as using your pelvis to sing and correct breathing, you can start releasing unnecessary tension from day one. It really is about differentiation, using the right muscles for the right function. And by the way, if you are interested in training the functional way, I would like to invite you to go to the description below and book a call with me. I have a one-on-one coaching program, and through 10 weeks you are going to be trained in the most possible functional, healthy way. You're going to save months of training, if not years. by learning to sing in a functional and efficient way. So if you are tired of wasting hours and hours on YouTube trying to find the right tutorial, do yourself a favor, book a call with me and start saving time. It doesn't have to be that hard. Secret number 3, your voice is an instrument, not just a sound. This is a core part of my functional singing training method. We often think of singing as just hitting the right note, but it's way more complex than that. One of the many differences between singing and other instruments is that if you want to learn guitar, you can just go and buy a good guitar. But with singing, it's not like that. For singing, a core part of the training is to belt the instrument, and that takes time. If you're trying to sing from an instrument that is not yet built, you are going to be in trouble. And that is what we do when we try to sing without technique. We are using a speaking instrument and we try to make it sing. It doesn't work. Understanding how your voice works and the science behind it is crucial for unlocking its full potential. It's not just nerd stuff. This is actually stuff you need to be able to make the most out of your instrument and to have control over it. Nowadays, vocal science is very advanced and we know how the voice works, how the body cooperates with it, how the breathing cooperates with it, and you can create a very beautiful holistic instrument that works for your voice and not against it. And again, if you are interested, this is what my whole method is about. So if this sounds good to you and you are tired of pushing your voice and struggling and trying lots of imitating sounds, then book a call with me and get ready to experience true vocal transformation. And now let me tell you something. This method works with any singer.
That's great.
You don't have to be born with a good voice. You don't have to be a musician. We all have the same stuff and we can all rewire our brain, our body, our breathing, and our voice to work in harmony and to make the music you want. And by the way, singing like this is so much pleasure. And I think we all have the right to it. If you like this video and you find it useful, I invite you to hit like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you next time.